Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian slammed Benjamin Netanyahu's Greater Israel plan, saying Israel has no right to invade other countries. Pezeshkian accused Israel of crossing borders, striking Syria, and waging a campaign in Gaza marked by massacre and starvation, saying US, or rather with the US backing. He said nations opposing unilateralism will reject such lawless, unjust and inhumane actions as regional tensions deepen. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has declared that military strikes will not hinder Tehran's efforts to rebuild its nuclear program, stressing that renewed sanctions cannot obstruct its determination. He underscored Iran's resilience in pursuing nuclear advancement despite external pressures, framing the measures as futile attempts that will not alter the country's strategic path. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has affirmed Tehran will not accept any political maneuvers or pressure that heighten tensions. That came as Iranian media reported that Araghchi met with IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi to discuss the UN Security Council's sanctions decision, the latest developments in Tehran's agreement with the agency and the mechanism for reimposing sanctions. An advisor to Iran's supreme leader has stated that current US sanctions are far harsher than those under the nuclear deal. He criticized the Security Council's snap-back mechanism as lacking legal basis. Meanwhile, AFP reported Israel has urged the international community to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons following the Council's recent vote. Earlier, the UN Security Council has failed to pass a resolution to keep sanctions relief for Iran under the 2015 nuclear deal. A draft tabled by September's Council President South Korea drew 4 votes in favor, 9 against, and 2 abstentions, short of the 9 needed. The measure sought to block a snapback of UN sanctions after the E3 said on August 28th they'd triggered the mechanism of Iran's non-performance. Tehran's backers argue the Europeans skipped the JCPOA's 35-day dispute process, making the move legally questionable. Iran's ambassador to the UN has told the Security Council that disputes must be resolved through diplomacy and reaffirmed the peaceful nature of Iran's nuclear program. He condemned the European Troika's actions as an assault on international law, accusing them of double standards, hypocrisy, and ignoring their own commitments while following Washington's lead. He firmly rejected the September 28th notification on reimposing sanctions, calling it illegitimate. The envoy said Iran remains open to diplomatic solutions but will not accept imposed conditions. He confirmed that Iran's foreign minister will meet European counterparts next week, stressing that the Council missed a chance for dialogue and that Iran's nuclear program remains strictly peaceful. The 69th General Conference of the International Atomic Energy Agency has overwhelmingly adopted Egypt's resolution on applying IAEA's safeguards in the Middle East, with 120 countries voting in favor, reflecting broad international support. Egypt's Foreign Ministry statement added that the resolution calls for subjecting all nuclear facilities in the region to the IAEA oversight without exception, universal accession to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, and the establishment of a Middle East free of nuclear weapons. Egypt reaffirmed its commitment to disarmament, non-proliferation, and universalizing the NPT, stressing that transparency and the elimination of double standards are essential to regional stability. That comes as Cairo reiterates that creating a nuclear weapon-free Middle East is a vital step towards global peace and security.